In our three-part series, all things Erika Kirk. Erika, seriously? We're going to take a break between part one and part two to answer your questions and comments. Welcome to the Joe Rossano Show. Erika Kirk is back again after President Trump named her to the board of the United States Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. Now, what does that what do they do? Well, she is going to advise the War Department on cadet morale and curriculum and budget related matters. I guess she's qualified for it. I mean, I wouldn't think so. But, she is a CEO of I don't know, 300-400 million dollar company. So I guess that qualifies her in some capacity. Reality star, Miss Arizona. I mean, that guarantees you a spot on any board in the United States military, I suppose. So, your questions and comments. Right before I get to those, please do your pal Joe Rossano a favor. Click the subscribe button, like, share, comment, click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. So let's get started here. So here we go. One from Joelle. She is definitely not qualified. She is extremely dark and evil. Well, Joelle, that was dark and evil. Um, I got to tell you, she's all but lost to me. Erika Kirk has just, in my opinion, has been disingenuous and dishonest about things that I just can't understand why she's dishonest about. Okay. One being, who she dated before Charlie. Who cares? There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. I'm sure she did. But to deny it, that's what I just don't understand, is to deny it. Okay, when she's on camera, she's on reality TV, she's on a date. It sounds reasonable, but nope. She comes out and says, "I haven't dated in years, etc. I live vicariously through my roommate." I mean, by golly, I mean, it just again does not make any sense why she just says these things for no darn reason. I got to tell you, I really don't know, Joelle. Is she extremely dark and evil? Well, I got to tell you, she certainly comes off as fake sometimes. That's for sure. She comes off as a little fake. Yeah, I'm going to stand by that one. Next is from Mary S. I would ask her why she's not asking the questions Candace Owens is asking about her husband's death. We're going to call that one the $1 million question there, Mary S. And I don't know. I really don't. Erika doesn't seem to say much about anything unless she's, I don't know, being disingenuous, quite frankly, or trying to make some money. Just the things that she's done are shocking. And no, it does not seem like solving her husband's assassination, solving her husband's murder is that big of a deal to her. I mean, and I regret to say that. Now, she recently said that, if Charlie were alive or something along that line, that he wouldn't change anything about his assassination, that, he wouldn't change it. All right. So basically, what Erika is saying is if Charlie had the choice, that he would orphan his two kids and stop spreading his message all over college campuses, because the guy did a great job getting young people involved in politics, especially on the right. I got to give him that. To be able to get young folks involved in voting, especially voting for Republicans. Not a whole lot of people could have done that. And there's not going to be anybody else, especially at TPUSA, including Erika, that's going to be able to do that. There's no question about that. She doesn't ask these questions because it just does not seem like it's in the forefront. And Mary S., you bring up a very interesting comment there, a very interesting question. Me, speak for myself. Okay. My wife's assassinated. Okay. I'm not CEO of her company right now. I'm working with private detectives to try to find out who shot my wife in the neck or had my wife's microphone blow up or whatever the case may be. That would be my focus. Okay. What wouldn't be the US Air Force Academy Board of Visitors, okay, nor would it be CEO of TPUSA. I'd be taking care of my young children, very young children, and trying to find out who killed my spouse. So she should be asking the questions Candace Owens is asking, but she doesn't. And it just doesn't seem like solving this is on the forefront of her thinking. It just seems to me that either, and I don't want to say she doesn't care, but either she doesn't care or she thinks it was meant to be. Like she thinks that his assassination made him a martyr and now his name will live forever, etc. And again, is she going to go out to the college campuses and spread the word and talk to the young people? It wouldn't work even if she tried. Okay, just wouldn't work, and that's a shame. Next one is from Lynn. As a woman, wife, and mother, I tried very hard to give Erica the benefit of the doubt, but it has become increasingly hard with every new post that I've read. Why would she lie about such mundane things? It makes no sense. Makes you wonder. If she's lying about the small things, is she lying about the big things? Thank you, Lynn. Bravo, Lynn. All right. My autograph was worth something. I'd autograph something and send it to you. Perfect. At the end of the day, Lynn, it just seems to me that the mundane things she lies about just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I got to get back again to the whole boyfriend thing. Who cares how many boyfriends she had, or if she had a boyfriend, or if she went on dates? Let's say months or years before Charlie. So what? I imagine Charlie went on a date or two. So yeah, I mean, she lies about the stupidest stuff. And yeah, when somebody lies, Lynn, if you're watching, about something small, they'll lie about anything. And again, that is where Erica is beginning to lose me here, is because of how not only disingenuous she's been, but she won't she won't come out and answer questions. Okay. And I'm not talking about, this softball stuff. I'm talking about Erika Kirk. Were you in any way, did you in any way conspire with others to have your husband assassinated? Did you do it, Erika Kirk? Erika Kirk, are you a local government or foreign government asset that was a handler of Charlie Kirk? And when he went rogue, were you involved in his assassination? I mean, you see how easy that is? Like, I'm just going to get back to my wife real quick. I wouldn't have assassinated her or any of that stuff, and I'd have no problem. Front and center. Boom. Every podcast, every newscast, 60 Minutes, you name it, uh, making that very, very clear. If somebody were to say, Joe, are you a handler? Nope. Joe, did you conspire to have your spouse assassinated? Nope. Did you graduate summa cum laude? Here's my diploma. Wow. Easy. Easy. And she won't. Candace Owens beats her half to death, figuratively speaking, every single day. I don't understand why Erika Kirk doesn't go on to Candace Owens one-on-one and answer questions and say, I had nothing to do with my husband's assassination. She has the opportunity to shut this down, and she doesn't. She doesn't. So, Lynn, yep, you're right. If she lies about the small stuff, she will lie about the big stuff. And this is really getting suspicious. The whole thing is suspicious. It really is. I mean, if they were going to assassinate the guy and it is a conspiracy and people from TPUSA were involved or foreign governments were involved, our government was involved, they should have just came up with a better narrative than the one they got. Now, I'm not saying let's get to Tyler Robinson real quick. I'm not saying he didn't do it, okay, because I just don't know. But, a kid sneaks on to the university with a rifle in his pants, I imagine, or in a duffel bag or whatever the case may be. He gets on the roof, takes what I can only describe as an Olympic style shot, a sharpshooter shot, a neck shot at his target from 150 yards away. Now, if you ask some experts, they'll say, hey, that's doable. That's doable. Well, yeah, it's doable, but one shot, and now you got this young kid in jail, and everybody thinks he's guilty, and Erica forgave him, so she already said he was guilty. I don't like when people come out like the Utah governor and say touch grass. Nothing to see here. We know what nothing to see here means. There's plenty to see here. A concrete over, the assassination area, a 30-06 bullet, 22-year-old kid, sharpshooter, shoots Charlie in the neck in front of the world. The doctor says this, his team says that, taking cameras down, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's just suspicious. And that's not where it ends. Here's where it ends. Well, it doesn't even end here. His widow, Erika Kirk. And this gets back to why she takes so much crap. I mean, it seemed like 15 minutes the guy was dead. She was CEO of his company. She's going on his show, the Charlie Kirk show, like the guy's still alive. It's suspicious. And I'll always say I'm not a widow expert, but this is weird, folks. It's weird. And Lynn, if you're still there, she has been disingenuous. She has lied about small stuff, which makes everyone believe that she has lied about the big stuff. So we don't disagree. This from Elena 6611. The funding sources after Charlie seem to be immediate, weren't they? Weren't they? Now they'll tell you the tale that, hey, everybody felt bad at Charlie got assassinated, so they all gave me their money, tens of millions of dollars. Oh my! This again. My grandmother used to say this just stinks to high heaven. It really does. Now, again, Erica being a handler or what I call a secret agent. Okay. Um, does sound a little far fetched, but this is a lot of money that we're talking about here. And, she has been tied to this and tied to that in her personal life. So I don't know anymore. You'd have asked me a month ago, I would have said absolutely not. Now I don't even know. I've gone from absolutely not to I don't know now. I don't know. Ask me in a month, I might say yes. Uh, her behavior has just been flat out unacceptable. It's just been unacceptable. Really has been. Just, I don't know. I mean, I just try to look at my own marriage, right? and I'm dead now, okay, and I just died. My wife walks on stage and a bunch of sparklers. She's selling merchandise at my memorial. Why give it away? Okay, I mean, give it away. There. Selling it to people at the memorial. That's what you do. I mean, really, I would be heartbroken if my wife did that. I really would. If my wife, they took a photo of my wife and me in a coffin and she puts it on Instagram, break my heart. If somebody would tell me my wife would do that, I wouldn't believe them. I mean, think about JFK, right? Do you really think that Jackie Kennedy went out on stage, sparklers, and sold John F. Kennedy shirts, hats, Lord knows what else, keychains, gym socks, who knows what else? That's suspicious. It's weird. It's eerie. And she doesn't explain any of it. That's what I don't understand. I mean, again, human nature. Human nature dictates that if you are accused, especially of something really bad, like conspiracy to commit murder, you'd move heaven and earth to exonerate yourself. You'd move heaven and earth to say, I didn't do it. And here's why. And here's my proof. Here's my alibi. She just says, stop, stop. That you might as well say go when you say stop because people never stop. They just don't. Well, we'll see. Now, moving on to grits, grits, RRR. The only person advising Erika is Erika. Wow. The only person advising Erika is Erika. I don't think so. I really don't. I think somebody's in her ear. I've said on my show many times, if you're a handler, Erika, who's yours? Who's your PR person? Because I just can't believe that anyone would tell you to do what you've done. It's a hashtag, and Erika. You know, I use that hashtag now. Hashtag and Erika. ANERIKA. An Erika. And why? When you make the worst decision possible, when you do something that is completely opposite of what you should have done, it's an Erika. It's an Erika. And she has made misstep after misstep. And she doesn't even, it's like somebody's protecting her. That's what it looks like. Now, the president, I I just can't seem to get this through my big, fat, thick head. President Trump, he's in the midst of a war with Iran, in the midst of the Epstein files, because we all know they're not going anywhere. They'll be sitting there when the war is over, Mr. President. Names her to a military, okay, U.S. Air Force, okay, puts her on the board of visitors. She is going to be advising the War Department now. Erika Kirk, the one we saw on reality TV on Bravo, Miss Arizona, is now advising the Department of War. It's not Department of Defense anymore. It's Department of War. She's going to be advising them about budgets and what to teach and how to keep morale high at the Air Force Academy. I got to tell you, I just don't understand this. I really, really don't. I mean, again, it almost looks like somebody's protecting Erika out there because she sure doesn't seem to care what people say about her. Now, maybe that comes from within. Maybe there's going to be some of you that say, well, she is a woman of God. And, Jesus judges her, no one else. That's possible. That's possible. But for people to be claiming that you conspired to kill your husband and you had nothing, or the things that you did tell people were baloney. It's really, these weren't true. And every day something else comes up. Now it's your education, the summa cum laude. Well, we looked at Arizona State, we looked at Liberty, and the degree in international relations that you said that you got that course wasn't even available in 2012 at Arizona State. Political science thing you got. We found that one. This doctorate at Liberty or a Juris Masters, couldn't find those. Didn't go back to 2019 on one. And when we looked in 2022, according to your LinkedIn page, no Erika Franze or Franze or Franze, none, and no Erika Kirk. 0 searches. All right. 0 replies. Nothing. And we wonder, she may wonder, why the Candace Owens of the world keep doing what they're doing. Because she won't answer any of those questions. And that gets back to who said that. I would ask her why she's not asking questions Candace Owens is asking about her husband's death. We're going to get back to that one because she should be. I mean, where is the investigation here? I mean, there should be something other than, hey, all right, we got this kid who got on a roof and, took the rifle apart, put it back together, jumped off the roof, ran around, hid the weapon, text his trans partner, and his parents gave him up. I don't know. I mean, it's just so Lee Harvey Oswaldish to me. It really is, folks. And I don't know what to say. I really don't. Except, Erika, I'm going to give you another chance. Come on, the Joe Rossano show. And let me tell you why you want to come on this show. Because I'm in neutral. You see, I mean, it's either you're going to get a very friendly audience somewhere or you're going to get a very unfriendly audience somewhere. You see, here we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. We're going to ask the tough questions. We are. We're not going to high five you like Nicki Minaj, which that's another thing I just can't understand why you did. Is, Charlie made it very clear. He thought Nicki Minaj was a bad influence, especially on young African American females. And you went on stage with her, high fiving. And it always gets back to, is this what Charlie wanted the company to be? Is this what Charlie wanted you to be? It certainly isn't, because he wanted you to be a trad wife, a trad mother. And folks, that's traditional, meaning stay home with the kids, that type of thing. I mean, that lasted 5 minutes after Charlie was assassinated before you were out there wearing Lord knows what, doing Lord knows what, acting Lord knows why. So check us out next week for part 2 of Erika. Seriously? As always, my dear friends, fellow Americans, we do appreciate spending some time with your pal, Joe Rossano. I ask you to kindly please comment, like, share, click the subscribe button and that notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. Part 2 of Erika Seriously is going to be pretty darn revealing. We've done a lot of research. As always, my dearest friends and fellow Americans, I say God bless you. Don't forget to adopt a pet. Please don't forget to adopt a pet. That is very important to us here. And we will see you next time.